I'm a small business. I started a solar and sustainability company just several years ago with a mission to make solar and the process of solar informative, exciting, empowering, and most importantly, affordable. And we've heard from the largest residential installer in the city. Investment dollars have been coming and pouring into the Los Angeles area, into the city of Los Angeles, creating an incredible amount of jobs. We are creating jobs, and the drastic cuts to this solar incentive program will decimate the nascent solar industry. It really will. It will stop it in its tracks.
Hugely problematic for us to stall and perhaps kill the industry in basin on the cusp of hopeful change going forward. My office has tried to work with the department since last summer. We've been trying to hammer out a compromise plan that reduces but doesn't kill the level of incentives. We appreciate their working with us, but at the last minute we had the same typical result we would get from the DWP, which is the program exactly as it was originally proposed, not responding to the problem.
Dennis, the Director of Power System Planning, Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. On the solar incentive program, to date, we've installed 23 megawatts of solar power, and we've spent $104 million to date on the program. Last year, we spent $16 million on the program. And so this year in the program, though SB1 allocates a total of $318 million from the ratepayers for the SB1 program, we've budgeted $17 million in this fiscal year for the program based on expenditures last year. To date, at this point in the queue, we have $110 million in applications that are queued up right now in the program, awaiting construction and then also to be paid out with their incentives. So we have a challenging problem. Our goal of 20% renewables this year, and then also targeted towards 33% renewable energy by 2020, heading that direction. So we have a great challenge here, and we have a problem to wrestle through here as well. But at this point, we have $110 million in applications. That's about 1,500 applications that are in the queue at this moment. That represents about another 35 megawatts. So in working through this, obviously, we've got great help coming in from the public and the contractors to assist DWP in getting the goal accomplished. And so we're faced with a challenge of knowing that we have an oversubscription in the program to either stop the program, to slow it down, or to keep the program running just without any financial controls on there. And so the proposal was to come through and just tap the brakes on this, to slow it down, with a challenge of knowing that we have an oversubscription in the program to either stop the program, to slow it down, or to keep the program running just without any financial controls on there. And so the proposal was to come through and just tap the brakes on this, to slow it down.
I'm at the crossroads right now to say our libraries are reduced at hours, our parks are reduced at hours. I may think, members, I would rather have these people from DWP focus on enhancing the public's investment in public buildings first. God bless Mar Vista. God bless Mar Vista and every neighborhood. But if Mar Vista Branch Library had a solar panel on its roof, could that extra day be open? If Mar Vista had its gym, could there be extra hours? So this is a question that I want to ask in a separate motion, Ms. Perry. So maybe we can have a discussion and give direction to the DWP and take care of the needs of the public and the masses, because everybody wants to see our libraries kept open. Everybody wants to see our educational system, and they have a big bill. They pay a big bill. But if they can find and get off the grid and help, that may be we achieve our greatness better. And I appreciate business and enterprise, but I appreciate the reach of what the public's mission is to serve the people, whether it's schools, parks, libraries, and other facilities. Because I don't think we would get a passing grade as well as you. And I appreciate what you try to do, and I know you'd like to do more if you could. And there's no hesitancy. So I do support this going to Ms. Perry's committee and I borrow your term, Mr. Rosendahl, again, robust discussion on this issue, because it is at a crossroads. And not every part of the city, because of the light, and especially notice at this time, as we come close to winter solstice, the sun is its furthermost southern point, and it does make a difference limits on positioning where houses are, where trees are, how much generation you can get. We should have a plan that if we do this right, we can enhance everybody's ability.
Thank you, Mr. LeBonge.
Just 1 second. I don't want to pin homeowners against the city, so I think Mr. LeBonge's comment is inappropriate. We all want to work together and make it happen for all of us in our great city. Thank you.
Supply and demand. You've got a greater demand than supply of money to fund the incentive for people to do this. So I don't understand what a 245 is going to do to bring about additional dollars that you don't have to fund a program that is very positive, that I support. So I don't understand what the purpose of a 245 is going to do when there's already a lack of funding because it's overwhelming success.
You're
So
you're absolutely correct.
So I'd just like to ask my colleague the purpose of the 245 when it looks like the department's already trying to do something with it. Thank you.
What they voted on November 2nd will absolutely devastate this program. It's not an attempt to deal with a correction, it's to devastate it. Not that they're intending to devastate it, but the fact they're meeting on Monday after it's been implemented, they can talk about the harm that they've done, but they're not meeting to correct it. They're meeting to talk about it afterwards, and I don't know what they'll do to tweak the process. But the horse is out of the barn door. The damage is done unless we 245 it today. This is not something where they will accelerate the program. They're going to decelerate it so dramatically, it's a kick in the gut to the program. And we met with them to try and work out a compromise. We agree it's going too fast. It takes, I believe, around 7 years or so to pay it back. They're talking about moving it to 15. We were working on a compromise that would be around 12 or 13%, very close in terms of the money, but according to the industry, it's just enough to continue to market the program. Doing what they're doing is devastating. And they want to stretch it out to 2016, which is their goal, but there's no outside entity that has set that date. There's no reason why we have to do it slowly and drag it out. If we run out of money, because to be honest, none of this makes sense, which is a typical DWP thing.